Most people think peace of mind comes with a $30,000 price tag. They spend years saving for a newer car, believing that the more they pay, the less they will have to worry. But what if that is completely wrong? What if you could spend less than $10,000 and still get a car that can start every morning, handle daily life, and keep going long after the payment is gone? Because right now, there are 7 used cars sitting on dealer lots that most buyers are completely overlooking. They are not the newest, they are not the flashiest, and some of them are so affordable that people assume there must be something wrong with them. But the right one could save you thousands of dollars and years of unexpected repair bills. One of these cars even gives you something that normally costs a lot more money: luxury. So if you are looking for a dependable used car without draining your bank account, stay with me. Because by the end of this list, one of these 7 cars might completely change the way you think about buying used. Let's get into it. Number 3. Honda Accord 2008 to 2012. If you are looking for a reliable used car under $10,000, there is a very good chance you will come across the Honda Accord. And honestly, that is not a bad thing. Between 2008 and 2012, the Accord became one of the most popular mid-size cars on the road. It is comfortable, it is spacious, it is easy to find, and there are still hundreds of them available on the used car market. But here is the part most buyers do not realize. Not every Accord from this generation is the same. There is one version that can run for hundreds of thousands of miles with basic maintenance. And there is another version that can develop a very expensive habit. The difference comes down to one important decision: the engine. For most used car buyers, the 4-cylinder is the one to look for. It delivers enough power for everyday driving, it is generally simple to maintain, and it uses a timing chain instead of a timing belt. That means one major maintenance expense is already off your list. The automatic transmission is also generally straightforward, which is exactly what you want when you are buying an older used car. Now, the V6 is a different story. The V6 gives you more power, but it also uses cylinder deactivation technology to improve fuel economy. And on certain vehicles, that system has been linked to excessive oil consumption. In simple terms, the engine can start burning oil. And once an older car starts drinking oil, the repair bill can become very uncomfortable very quickly. That is why the 4-cylinder Accord is the safer choice for most buyers. The reason this car has such a strong reputation is not because of marketing. It is because of what happens after the odometer keeps climbing. 200,000 miles? You will find plenty of them. 250,000 miles? Not unusual for a well-maintained example. With regular oil changes, basic maintenance, and a good service history, the 4-cylinder Accord can be the kind of car that simply keeps showing up every morning. But no used car is perfect. The main issue owners often mention on these Accords is the front brakes. They can wear sooner than expected. The good news is that this is not a major engine failure. It is not a transmission disaster. It is a routine repair. Replace the pads and rotors, and you are usually back on the road without spending a fortune. When you inspect one of these cars, start with the most important question: what engine does it have? If you want the safer bet, look for the 4-cylinder. Then check the maintenance history. At this age, the condition of the individual car matters more than the Honda badge itself. Look at the oil. Listen for unusual noises. Pay attention to how the transmission shifts. And during the test drive, feel for brake vibration or strange noises from the front end. The biggest advantage of the Accord is that you have options. There are so many of them on the market that you do not need to buy the first one you see. If the car has no records, looks neglected, and has obvious mechanical problems, walk away. There will be another one. Find a clean 4-cylinder with a documented history, and you could end up with one of the smartest family car purchases available for under $10,000. It gives you space. It gives you comfort. It is easy to find parts for. Almost every mechanic knows how to work on it, and the right one can keep going long after many newer cars have already become expensive problems. So the verdict is simple. The 4-cylinder Accord is the one to look for. The V6 requires much more caution. Choose the right engine, find one that has been properly maintained, and the Accord can become the kind of car you barely think about. You just get in, turn the key, and keep driving. That is why the 2008 to 2012 Honda Accord earns the number 3 spot. But the next car on this list has something the Accord does not. A reputation so strong that people often mention its name before you even finish asking the question, what is the most reliable used car you can buy? Number 2. Toyota Camry, 2010 to 2012. If you ask people to name a reliable car, there is one answer you will hear again and again: Toyota Camry. And that reputation did not come from clever advertising. It came from millions of owners driving these cars year after year and discovering that the car simply refused to become a problem. That is why the 2010 to 2012 Toyota Camry earns the number 2 spot. For someone shopping for a used car under $10,000, the Camry is almost the definition of a safe choice. It is roomy enough for a family, quiet enough for long highway trips, comfortable enough to drive every day. But the biggest advantage is what happens after you buy it. You are not constantly waiting for the next expensive surprise. There are owners who bought these cars new, kept them for years, and eventually passed 200,000 miles without any major drama. Some have gone far beyond that. One 2012 owner reported more than 280,000 miles on the odometer and described the car as almost completely trouble-free. That is the kind of story that explains the Camry's reputation better than any advertisement ever could. The mechanical design is also refreshingly straightforward. The engine uses a timing chain, so you do not have to worry about a regular timing belt replacement. The 4-cylinder uses traditional port fuel injection, avoiding some of the expensive carbon-related problems found on newer engine designs. And the automatic transmission is a conventional 6-speed. No complicated CVT belt system, no unnecessary engineering drama, just a simple setup designed to do one job for a very long time. Now, there is one thing you should check carefully. Some of the earlier 4-cylinder models can use oil between changes. That is why the dipstick matters. Before buying, check the oil level and look at the condition of the oil. A low level can be an early warning sign that the engine is using more oil than it should. For most buyers, I would focus on the 2010 and newer 4-cylinder models. They are generally the better target for long-term ownership. And when you find one, do not judge it only by the mileage. Look at the maintenance history. A well-maintained Camry with higher mileage can be a much better buy than a neglected example with a lower number on the odometer. Check how smoothly the engine runs. Make sure the transmission shifts properly. Look for service records. And check whether any safety recalls still need to be completed. The great thing about the Camry is that you have plenty of choices. They are everywhere. Parts are easy to find. Most mechanics know these cars extremely well, and because so many are still on the road, repairs are usually predictable. That is the real appeal. The Camry does not try to impress you. It does not need to be exciting. It simply starts, drives, and keeps doing its job. And when you are buying an older used car, that kind of boring can be incredibly valuable. So if you want comfort, space, and a long history of dependable ownership, the 2010 to 2012 Toyota Camry is one of the safest choices you can make. Find a clean one, check the oil, verify the history, and you may have a car that keeps going for years. That is why the Camry takes the number 2 spot. But number 1 is where things get interesting, because the next car carries a luxury badge without necessarily carrying a luxury car price. Number 1, Lexus ES35, 2007 to 2010. Here's the strange thing about buying a used luxury car. The badge may say luxury, but the price may say something completely different. And that is exactly what makes the Lexus ES35. Oh, so interesting. Imagine finding 2 used sedans sitting next to each other. One is a regular Toyota, the other has a Lexus badge, a quiet leather interior, a smooth ride, and the kind of cabin that feels much more expensive than the price tag suggests. Now, open the hood, and this is where the surprise begins. Underneath all that luxury, you are looking at Toyota engineering. That is the reason the Lexus ES350 takes the number 1 spot. It gives you the comfort and quietness of a luxury car. without necessarily giving you the repair bills people usually associate with one. The cabin is genuinely comfortable. The ride is soft and smooth. On the highway, the interior is quiet enough that normal conversation is easy. The doors close with that solid, expensive feeling. The seats are comfortable, and the whole car feels like it was designed to make long drives less tiring. But the real advantage is hidden underneath. The ES350 shares its basic engine family and important mechanical components with Toyota products. That means you are not dealing with some exotic engine that only a specialist can repair. There is no turbocharger waiting to fail. There is no regular timing belt replacement. And the fuel system is based on a familiar design that mechanics already know extremely well. That is the secret. You get the luxury experience, but much of the mechanical foundation is ordinary Toyota, and that combination is incredibly difficult to beat when the car gets older. When this Lexus was new, it was a seriously expensive car. Today, many examples can be found for around $10,000. That is the part that surprises people. The car still feels premium. The badge still says Lexus. But the used car market has already taken away most of the original luxury car price. Of course, you still need to inspect the car carefully. The most important check on the earlier models is the oil line under the engine. You want to confirm that the required update or replacement has already been completed. That is the first thing I would verify. The dashboard can also develop cracks, especially in hot climates. That is not usually a mechanical disaster, but replacing interior parts can still become expensive. And yes, many of these cars will have higher mileage, but that should not automatically scare you away. On a well-maintained ES350, high mileage is not necessarily a deal breaker. A clean car with service records can be a much better purchase than a low-mile example that was neglected. During your inspection, test everything: the windows, the locks, the seats, the climate control, the navigation, and electronics. Because with an older luxury car, the mechanical parts may still be strong, but the small electronic features can reveal how the previous owner treated the vehicle. Check the oil line, inspect the dashboard, review the maintenance history, and do not be afraid of mileage if the car has been properly maintained. That is how experienced buyers approach the ES350. They are not chasing the lowest odometer number, they are looking for the best history. And that is why this Lexus is such a clever used car purchase. You get a quiet cabin, a comfortable ride, a premium interior, and underneath it all, Toyota-based engineering with a long history of durability. For around $10,000, you are not just buying an old luxury car. You're buying something that can make you feel like you found a loophole in the used car market. A Toyota underneath, a Lexus on the outside, and a price that often looks far lower than the car feels. That is the Lexus ES350. And for anyone who wants luxury without the usual luxury car anxiety, this may be the smartest choice on the entire list. Sometimes the best bargain is not the car that looks cheap, it is the car that feels expensive, but costs like a Toyota. Thanks for watching. Click here to check out another video and make sure to subscribe to Car Mindset.